So here's a thought. What if you could move your gaming PC to another room? Keep all the noise, heat, and clutter away, and still get that same sharp, zero-lag feed on your living room TV? That kind of setup sounds complicated at first, but it really doesn't have to be. And that's where this thing, the OREI HDMI Extender, comes in. It's a compact little box that claims to push full 8K video and high refresh rates across nearly 300 feet with no visible delay. And we've been using it for a few days now, connecting a desktop PC to a TV almost 90 meters away. So, let's break down what it's like to actually use this thing. Now, first impressions. Both the transmitter and receiver are built like small industrial boxes. All metal, nicely finished, and properly ventilated. You instantly get the sense that this is meant for continuous use, like in conference rooms or home setups that stay powered all day. Connection-wise, it's straightforward. The transmitter connects to your source device, say, your PC or gaming console, using HDMI. The receiver connects to your display, and the two are linked by a single Cat6 or Cat7 cable. That's it. You don't need both ends powered, because the transmitter sends power through the same cable. That single cable setup makes a big difference when running it through walls or ceilings. You avoid bulky HDMI cables, and you get full signal integrity across long distances. We tested it at around 85 meters using a Cat6A cable. What we also liked is how OREI thought about small but important details. You get analog audio outputs on both ends, which means if you want to route sound to a local speaker near the transmitter or the receiver, you can. That's super handy when the TV is far away, but you still want audio at your desk. Now, talking about image quality. It supports up to 8K at 30 Hz and 4K at 120 Hz, running over HDMI 2.1 with a massive 40 gigabit bandwidth. In simpler terms, it keeps up with almost any modern display you can throw at it. We tried it with a few different setups, a PlayStation 5, an RTX 4090 PC, and even a 4K TV. Across all of them, the signal looked crisp. HDR worked perfectly with Dolby Vision and HDR10+. The brightness gradients were intact, no visible compression or tone mapping artifacts. Now here's where it really gets interesting: latency. Usually, when you run video through extenders, there's at least a few milliseconds of delay, which kills gaming response. But here, it felt truly instant. We ran some side-by-side input tests on a mirror display setup, and the delay was basically invisible. If you're gaming, this feels as direct as a short HDMI cable. And for anyone into fast gameplay, it also supports VRR, FVA, and ALLM. So, the display and console talk to each other smoothly without tearing or frame skipping. That's a big deal if you're running titles like Apex Legends or Call of Duty where a single frame matters. Audio often gets overlooked, but here, it's handled well. The extender supports LPCM 2.0 up to Dolby Atmos and DTS:HD master audio, so both streaming and lossless content play cleanly. We tried Netflix Atmos and Blu-ray True HD, and audio remained in sync even at long distances. And because of the analog outputs on both ends, you can send audio to a local speaker near the transmitter while also running sound through a soundbar at the TV. That dual extraction option adds flexibility, and it's one of those details that make the device feel more capable than a basic extender. Moving on to system control. And they are thoughtful too. You get bidirectional IR, RS 232, and CEC pass-through, meaning you can control your source from either side. In practice, we use the living room TV remote to control the PC in the studio. It was almost instant and felt surprisingly responsive. The EDI-DDIP switch on the transmitter is another practical addition. It lets you manually configure how the source detects the display. We had a capture card that struggled with 4K 120, and flipping EDID modes solved the issue immediately. These options make it flexible for older devices or professional AV environments. So, what happens when you push it beyond the specs? We tried using a slightly lower quality Cat6 cable at the full 90-meter run, and there was some color banding at 8K 30. Dropping it to 4K 120 instantly stabilized it. That matches what OREI claims, so it's fair. At 4K 60, we went all the way up to about 120 meters, and it still looked great. For 1080p 60, you can stretch it up to nearly 150 meters without visible degradation. These numbers actually hold up, which says a lot about the quality of the HDBaseT implementation. There's also no visible jitter or handshake drop even when switching refresh rates mid-session. Compared to cheaper 4K extenders that compress signals or introduce audio lag, this one feels in a different league. The uncompressed HDBaseT link and full 40 gigabits per second bandwidth keep the signal clean and responsive, and the build quality, metal housing, ventilation, and single-end power makes it practical for real installations. It's not flashy, but it works exactly as it should. Plug it in, run one Cat6 or Cat7 cable, and you get crisp 4K 120 or 8K 30, flexible audio, full control, and near zero latency. And whether you're gaming across rooms, streaming, or running dual display setups for creative work, it performs reliably. For $229, it's a great HDMI extension solution that feels ready for both home and professional setups. And if you've ever struggled with long HDMI runs, lag, or drop signals, this solves those problems cleanly, without extra fuss. Set it up once, and it just works. And that's our look at the OREI HDMI Extender. If you've got questions or thoughts, drop them in the comments. We'd love to hear them. Thanks for watching, and if this helped you out, don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more tech reviews.